Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the new Eternia figure, Ninjor. So, let's roll that intro. So here he is in packaging. I love the packaging for him. I've really been liking the art to a lot of these new Eternia figures. So first off, you got up top here, you got Mattel, your age restriction, 30 points of articulation, and you got the Masterverse. Get the shine off of it. There we go. All right, bring it down here. Now you can't see much in the window. You could get a pretty decent look at him and his bow and arrow here. But the main attraction to this obviously is the artwork. So first off, you got his name right here in the corner. You get this beautiful art. So you got the sorceress over here. You got him inside what I'm guessing to be his gray skull if you got the sorceress in front of you. New Eternia. And of course, just like the other figures, this is some wraparound art. So right behind him, get it like this. You can see Scare Glow right behind. So that's pretty interesting. I'm wondering if this is a prelude to more characters that are going to be part of the new Eternia line. So I'm interested to see what they do with this. All right, come around to the back here. Back just a hair. You get this cool picture of him in like a jumping position. You get a look at some of his other heads and weapons. You get a profile picture here, a little bit about him, and the other figures that are part of this wave. Come around here. Get a pretty cool looking headshot. I like that. And you get a pretty cool looking profile picture. So, with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is, out of packaging. He has a pretty decent profile. I like the profile look to him. So we're going to start off with his points of articulation. So the head does move. All right. You got a shoulder joint with a swivel, an elbow joint, and you do have a wrist joint. Okay, get this arm up. You do have a swivel right here at the hips. You do have some movement in the torso, but it seems like his armor hinders it a little bit, but it is there. You got a thigh joint. Swivel with that. All right. You got a knee joint. And you also have a swivel at the top of his boot and an ankle joint. All right. So everything seems to work pretty well on him. I don't have any issues with any of his joints. All right. This one up. This one down. So now let's start taking a good look at this guy. So first off, his head sculpt's pretty standard ninja. You know, you had the black mask with the hood, but the hood's not really a black. It's more of a dark gray. I like how his eyes are red. They give him like a demonic kind of look to him. Let's take a look at this side. See how the hood is more of a gray than a black? So I kind of like that they use two different colors instead of just all black. Because if I remember right, the original Ninjor, his whole outfit was black. So I like that they're actually using other colors with him. All right. And now you get into his armor. And I like the armor. So the armor itself, like the top piece is like a black with a red wash on it. I really like that look. That looks really cool. Kind of gives it an old metal look to it. The same with the armor. The armor is like a semi-gloss silver. I really like that with the dragon with the sword going through it. Then, you know, his belt is tied rope. And then you also have the side armor on either side. Now, getting into his feet even look pretty cool. So you look at the feet. They're that red with silver claw toes. So I do like that. I think that's a neat bit of detail to him. All right, you come to this side here. You get a good look at his arm. So his forearm the way how his gloves are designed, it kind of has like a swirl to it that comes into like arm blades. So I kind of like that look. That looks pretty neat. Same with his boots. There's a like real cool sense of style to him that makes him a little bit unique. All right, you come around to the back. You have more of that black with the red wash. I really like that look. I feel like it really fits this character. Now, these two pieces here are the buttons. So if you want to pull off, his body armor or his lower armor, just pull these tabs and they'll probably just come right off for you. All right, come around to this side here. All right, you can see the armor. You can also see the case for his nunchucks. So that's actually for the nunchucks, which is pretty nice. I like that setup. And with the arm up like this, you can see the detail a little bit better too. I kind of like how that looks. And back around to the front. So overall, I like the look to this guy. I think he looks really cool. So now we're going to take a look at his accessories. So he comes with 2 masks. So he has his red one here that looks pretty cool. I do like that. All right, and that's your standard Japanese ninja style Oni mask. So I do like that a lot. And he has this one. Now, I don't know if this is meant to be a mask or his actual face, because with the original Ninjor, you could actually take the hood and everything off and you could actually see his face. So I'm not exactly sure if this is designed to be like his face, like when you pull the mask off and everything, this is what his face looks like. If it is, that's pretty cool. That would definitely be a nod to the original character. But I feel like it's whatever your imagination wants it to be. If you want it to be his face, it could probably be that. If you want it to be a mask, it could be that as well. All right. So now he comes with these nunchucks, and these look pretty cool. So they use plastic chain. That's better than, other things I've seen. I always like metal chain personally, but these ones actually seem to work pretty well. I like this translucent red that the nunchucks are. I think that looks pretty cool. Gives them almost like a sense of style to them. So I do like that. All right. Next up is his sword. I like that as well. You can almost kind of see a hamon on here, which is pretty nice. I do like that about this. That's like a really nice piece of detail. Now, I would have liked to have seen the handle maybe be that translucent red, just like the nunchucks, but it works. I dig it. All right, and next you have his bow and arrow. Obviously, it's a more modernized style bow. It has the translucent red string, similar to the Horde Troopers with their crossbows. So I like that. I think that looks really cool. I like all that detailing to it. So now that we've gone over everything, let's see how well it all works. So first, we're going to try the face. Let's see how well this fits on him. All right, yeah, that snaps right in there. I definitely feel like that's meant to be his actual face because it looks like it should be an actual face on him. So I do like that overall look. All right, next will be the mask. All right, that pops off pretty easily. All right, so there you go. There's the mask. I like how that looks on him. And the other reason why I feel like the other one isn't a mask is because this mask actually has eye holes. So you can actually see his eyes through the mask. I like that a lot. I think that looks really cool. Gives it a sense of humanity to him. You can still see the eyes behind the mask. So I like that a lot. Let's get that off. Next, we'll do the nunchucks. So that slides easily into this hand. And that slides easily into that hand. So the nunchucks work with both hands. No issues with him at all. Now get these out of his hands. They slide right into this little spot here very easily. All right. So As you can see, they fit fine in there. No issues with that. All right, now for a sword. All right. So his sword fits well in his hand. All right. I do like that. It seems to be a single hold. You might be able to get both hands on it. Let's see if we could get two hands onto this sword here. All right. So yes, you can. So if you want him to do a two-handed hold, you could definitely get him to do it. Both hands went on there pretty easily. Now he has a spot, get that out of there, in the back here for the sword. So this just goes right on in here. Maybe. All right, there it goes. All right. So the sword does eventually fit on there with no issues. And now, last but not least, his bow. All right, get this hand on here. Let's extend that out a little bit. There we go. And even if you want to take this other hand, maybe have him hold it like this. So if you try to want to get him into like a shooting position, you know, you could get that. So at the end of the day, everything seems to work pretty well with this guy. I have no issues with him and his weapons. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with this figure. So first off, all his joints work very well. No issues there. All his accessories work very well with them. The masks, the weapons, and everything work well. I do like the factor that for most of his weapons, he does have storage spots for it. Actually, you could probably get the bow. Here, let me see this real quick. I know with the old one, you could always just hook the bow onto the back. I'm sure you can with this guy. It looks like you can. You know, so yeah, so the bow can even hook onto the back as well if you want to. So I like that about this figure. I like that all his weapons can just be put somewhere on him. I always think that's a neat feature when figures had it. And I love the overall look to him. I think he's a really good looking figure. I like the attention to detail to him. I like the color coding to his costume and what have you. So would I recommend this figure? Absolutely. I feel like he's a must-have for your Masters of the Universe figures and what have you. I think he's a great-looking figure, and he'll look great with the rest of your Masterverse characters. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.